Hey everybody, happy Friday. All right, I'm going to give it a couple minutes, see who's going to be popping in today for the Midjourney update. I am curious if you guys can answer in chat for me, just because I've had access to this alpha version of Midjourney for so long. I'm wondering if anybody here is new to the program, and if you are you able to access midjourney.com and not go through Discord? Okay, so if you can let me know, I just can't find the answer to that. So if anybody is newer to it, previously the threshold was 100 images in Discord. So let me know. But today I'm going to be going through some of the updates with midjourney.com with that interface, because eventually, if it's not already available for everybody, that's where it's going to be the most user friendly. And they've been working on a lot of updates, and it's nice. It's really, really smooth. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today, because if you're not there already, chances are you're going to be like very, very soon, because the threshold previously was only 100 images generated. They had lowered it down from like 5,000 to 1,000 and then 100. So if you do have the answer to that, if you are able to use midjourney.com, being new, let me know. If you're not new to Midjourney and you have been creating all of these images already, go ahead and go to midjourney.com if you want to follow along today, because that's what I'm going to be showing. And yeah, I'm just kind of curious to see, like, if you have been using the program, do you continue to use it on Discord, or have you done midjourney.com yet? So let me know in chat. I just kind of want to see where everybody is today, because eventually you'll all be on midjourney.com. Okay, so let me know, but I'm going to get started. Okay, so let me share my screen here. Gotta find the right one. 10 bajillion. Okay. Midjourney. All right. So I'm working off one screen today. I'm at my sister's until tomorrow in San Diego. So I have a lot going on this screen. Bear with me as I kind of juggle and toggle some stuff. Use it a bit, but definitely need more practice. Okay, cool. That's good to know, Val. Nice to see you too, by the way. Nice. It's been a long time since I've had you in a live class. So hello. Okay, let me make this grid a little bit smaller and then I can see my screen. So this is midjourney.com. When you log into the program, okay, it'll probably go right to something like this, which is the home page. Okay, so Midjourney Alpha is what this is, because still in a lot of uh, sorry, I'm reading. It's in a lot of development mode. And so they've been getting a lot of user feedback. So I am in some of these like chat things and various channels where they've just been getting like feedback and information to make this version of it way more better. Haven't tried Midjourney, but I'm signed up, so can't help with this. Yeah, Don, so you would be the perfect one to answer if you haven't used it yet. If you do go to midjourney.com, do you see a create button here? If not, you might just see the archive and the explore page if you haven't been able to do it yet. Okay, using Midjourney and Discord access. Have been invited to use Alpha. Okay, cool, Sharon. You're gonna like it. I think you're really gonna like it. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so here we go. So what we're seeing here, I'm just going to give you an overview of kind of the dashboard because it is very simple compared to Discord. For many of us, that's been fairly tricky to figure out. Not just you, me too. And that's why I spend a lot of my time just trying to sort through it all. So here we are. This is the explore page. So these are other people's things. There's some weird stuff comes up on here. But in general, it's kind of cool to see. So if you were to go through the explore page and you wanted to like click on something, you can see the prompt that somebody used to create this image. So this is really good if you're like, looking for new prompt inspiration, maybe just some different keywords and things like that. Maybe some different camera setting features. Come on over here and you can check out different ways that other people have done it. Okay. You've been using Alpha 2, also testing same prompt in Discord, and Alpha gave the same result. That's interesting. I like that testing. Send it to midjourney.com and got the same screen that I have. Yay, Dawn. Okay, so that probably means that almost everybody now has access without going through Discord. So Dawn, as long as you've got this create button, thank you. That answers my question. That's exciting. I've been waiting for this day. Okay, so that was explore. One tab down, you're going to see the create area here. Okay, so this is where you would prompt. In Discord, we've always had to do like /imagine to start with our prompt, right? We don't need to anymore. So now it's just like type in what you want to see. So right here we have what will you imagine? So that kind of fills in that /imagine for us, and we don't need to do that. So we could just literally type it into this area and then it will create our image right here. Okay. It's like a normal website, not through Discord. So I'm going to do just a super simple example. I found lately that like the very simple examples or simple prompts have been fairly good and decent. Sometimes when I get a little bit more complex, I know it works, but sometimes it also doesn't. So it's hit or miss, but I like to start with those simple prompts. So let's start with one here before I kind of move on to the rest of the dashboard. We'll get this guy processing. All right. So I'm just going to give you an example of what it looks like. Sorry, before I do that, let me show you the settings that you can create here. So remember in Discord, how we could do like /settings in Discord, and that's how we would be able to change our different settings for our picture and for the prompt that would follow after we adjust it. Now those are located right here in the Imagine section. So again, it's going to default to your 1:1 picture size, but if you did want a portrait, you could do it like this. If you wanted to change your scale of that portrait, or just use the sliding bar to go from landscape to square to portrait, it's all right here. Like, how easy is that? I love it. Then we've got our standard and our raw mode, so you can kind of toggle between the two and see which one you prefer. I keep mine on version 6. It is the latest version. I just, prefer that one. Personalize is newer. So this is basically created based off the images that you can rank. So I've been ranking photos, and I'll show you where that is later, basically just so that Midjourney can learn my style and my preferences. And so that is now baked into this part of the program. Okay. So currently I don't have personalization on. I'm gonna turn it on because that was new. So I haven't explored that much, but I've just been ranking photos. Okay, stylization. I keep mine fairly like the same. I do come here and mess around with this sometimes just to see like the variety, the weirdness, the stylization, just like if I play with the settings, what happens? They get weird sometimes if you really play with that weirdness scale. But in general, I keep mine like, very low, if not at 0, like you can see here. Okay. Play around with it though. It's interesting to see what happens when you do that. I also typically will leave mine at like fast, unless if I'm starting to run out towards the end of the month. turbo's good because it goes super fast. It's not entirely necessary. What I'm finding is that this is actually a really big like drain to do these images on just our resources in general. So trying to find different ways for us to like, do things slower so that it doesn't put a big strain on electricity. That is something that I'm looking into right now. Okay. Yeah, Don, apparently weirdness is a technical term. I don't know, it's literally in there. All right. No, Lisa, you didn't miss anything. I am just going through the alpha Midjourney, like the dashboard. So all I've done so far is gone to the explore section, and that was it. And now I'm just showing you where the settings are, and I'm going to prompt here in a second. Yeah, no more typing out all this stuff. Isn't it awesome? Where do you find this menu? So I'm under create, and then right here at the top, and then we have the menu tab right here, Val. Do you see that? Now, I am kind of curious though to see like what you guys do see. And that's why I asked earlier, who has access to what, because they are slowly like trickling things out based off usage. So what I might have, you might not have, but I don't know because I don't have that account. So if you have any information for me, I definitely want to learn more about that. Okay. Do we pay the $10 to upgrade? For sure. You have to be on a paid account to be able to use this. My current account, by the way, I have upgraded to the $30 a month one. And that's just because I teach this, I needed more imagery and I needed, just a little bit more advanced. You don't necessarily have to do that if you find that the $10 a month is still working for you. For me, it worked for a very long time at $10 a month, but with what I do, I just needed it a little bit higher there. I'm gonna check out this image. You're in Discord, Val. You got to go to midjourney.com. Yeah, you got to go to midjourney.com. You're in Discord. That's why that looks like that. Okay, so yeah, there you go. So that's what I'm talking about today, because now we don't have to go to Discord, which is the beautiful part about all of this. Like Discord can be very confusing sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to do a simple basic prompt. Let's do, oh boy, home. I'm going to do like this office, home office with a built-in bookshelf unit that is blue, floating desk in the center, chandelier and elegant decor. Okay, so let's just kind of see where we go with this, but I just want to give you an example of what this looks like when you prompt here. So again, I'm under the second tab to the left under create. I don't have to type in imagine anymore, just like we did in Discord. Now I just simply type that in. Now, for those of you that are doing the more complex prompting where you can do up to 10 at a time, depending on the account that you might be on. And if you are using the fast or turbo, it won't work with the slow-mo, with the slowest version to do multiple prompts. But if you're doing something like that, it's actually the same that you previously did. With those squiggly parentheses, we're going to use the same ones right here. Okay. So I'm going to do another prompt right now just to show you how that looks. This is so funny because this is literally almost like, this is way darker, but this is almost exactly like my sister's office I'm sitting in right now. So that's funny, but it's also picking up my style. If you notice that, this is kind of how I have like ranked images, and it's now, because I changed that setting here, it's now picking up more of my personal style, just automatically without having to write all of that in here. So that's very cool. Okay, so let me do that complex prompt for you real quick. And I'm just gonna show you, okay? So I'm gonna keep it simple. Design a modern coastal preppy inspired, and then I'm going to do multiple rooms in between commas. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm generating up to 10 different prompts at one time, which is 40 different images. And to do that, you're going to write your regular prompt, right? So like the meat of the prompt. And then from there, we use that squiggly bracket left side. And then we can say kitchen, You can do whatever segments you'd like. Okay, so for instance, if you wanted to design a kitchen and then do various color palettes or something like that, or different styles of that kitchen inside the brackets, you can do it that way. I'm just going to show you this way for right now. So I'm going to do living room, dining room, bathroom. What am I missing? Patio space. Walk-in closet. I don't know. All right. So notice how I just comma spaced everything here. Okay. So we got squiggly bracket, comma, comma, comma between the different things, and then close it with a squiggly bracket. Okay. So now I can just press enter and it's going to do all of those different prompts at the same time, but here it's separated them like this. Okay. I just wanted to kind of show you that and set up the prompt while we're on this page. Okay. Lisa, you can set your, you can do raw or standard. I actually toggle between both. Typically I'm on raw for some reason. That's my personal preference. But I do go back and forth because I like to explore the differences. Okay, so you can rate what comes into your prompts and it learns your style. Yeah, I'm going to get to the ranking portion that they recently came out with, and I'll get to that here in a minute. Okay, so I'm just kind of working my way down the left side and showing you guys like the new updates through this first. Okay. All right, so here's those 10 prompts coming through. These are so cool. Okay, so there we go. I mean, minimal information. That's interesting. There's always one. But yeah, like it's pulling my colors, it's kind of getting the style. And I just did that one prompt for that's pretty, all of these images to come through at the exact same time. That's cool. Man, I like these. So I didn't give it any colors. You just saw that, it's just kind of pulling on the prompts and the color pathways that I typically do, like all those palettes. I have probably done mint green, navy blue, pink, and orange as my color palette, like almost every post. So that's why we're seeing that come through here, because it is now in the settings, it's now looking at my personalized option right here because I just toggled that on. So very, very cool. Okay, so any questions on the prompting portion of this before I start to get into what we can do with the images now? Go ahead and put it in chat. You can also unmute yourself, whatever you'd like to do. Okay, while we're doing that, I'm going to just choose one of these pictures. So now, remember with Discord, we had the 4 images, and then you would have to individually upscale each one, and then you would get the new set of information for that particular picture so that you could continue editing it. It's not the same anymore. Now we can just literally, I'm scrolling through right now, using my scroll bar and my mouse. They're all right here individually, already broken apart. Okay, so we don't need to upscale anything. So I need to design 2 murals for a project. What's the best way to describe the theme of the mural? Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, Sharon, let me come back to that right after I do this, okay? If you have any details about how you want that mural and theme to look right now, go ahead and put them in chat, okay? I'll circle right back. All right, so on the right-hand side of this image, I have my original prompt. And then right here, I can copy, I can download it. If you didn't want to open this from here, you can, sorry, if you wanted to hide this and never see this picture again, you can hide it. You can also open this image in Discord. Okay, so if you wanted to go back to Discord, you could do that. I also just download my pictures right here like this. So that would download immediately to your computer. This has not been upscaled for better resolution. So this is that lower res. You can favorite your things right here. So this also helps it to learn your style. I have been favoriting all of my mess ups for a long time, just so I can save them for Friday fails. And I think that those are probably going to start pulling now. So I got to do some that I actually like as well. Okay. over here on the right-hand side below your prompt, you are going to have this guy right here that says more options. So if you don't see everything that I see right here, you can go to more options and just make sure that they are all toggled on, okay? So vary, just like in Discord, we have vary. So you can rerun this image to create 4 new images with subtle or strong variations to the image. So I'm going to do this one just for something fun. So I'm going to run it as a subtle and I'm going to run it as a strong. We're just going to do comparisons right now of what all of this means. Upscale is going to get you a better quality of this exact same image. Upscale creative is going to get you a better quality with slight variations to this image. Okay. Remix is going to remix this image and it's going to give us a whole new set. But before it does that, this is kind of new in this program. Okay, so instead of just clicking remix, which was like that in Discord, that like what is it, the blue button that kind of has like arrows through it. It's not like that anymore. So that if you click that in Discord, it would just like rerun that full set. Now we have a little control over the remix. So if you click remix subtle or remix strong, it'll pop up right here to create a new prompt with the remix title. You can see that on the image. So it has brought in the image. I can also include other images in this prompt if I had other things that I wanted to, maybe incorporate into this image, color palettes, things like that. And then I have the ability now to adjust the prompt as well. So if there was something that I wanted to change here, this is where I would be able to do that. Okay. I'm not going to, I'm just going to roll with it. And I'm going to do another one too that's a strong variation, just so you guys can see what all these prompts are doing when I run them through. Okay. Pan was also here in Discord before too. So basically what pan does is it shifts your image so you can see more to a certain side. So if I want to see more up top, if I want to see more over to the left, that's where I would click that button. So I just click 2 so you can see what that is. Zoom was also previously there. So the zoom we have, I just want to get some of my tabs out of the way. So zoom, we've got the ability to zoom out 1.5 or 2, 2 times backwards. Sometimes that gets wonky because it like has to fill in the blanks. So things look weird, but we'll do a 1.5 and just kind of take a few steps back. Okay, so right here we have just rerun. So if we wanted to rerun the image, I just click that. So that is more of like that circle that we had previously in Discord. Reframe. So if you have already created your image and you want to edit that exact image to make it a different scale, sorry. So we have this box that pops up and we can make it, see how it right here, we've got this top part. So this would now regenerate it as a vertical image and it'll keep the integrity of what's in the middle. And right here would go horizontal. Okay, so I'm going to run a couple of different versions so we can see. So this is a 9:16, and then I just did the horizontal. Now, also under that reframe here, we have zoom. So you do have that zoom that was on the other side where it was just the default to 1.5 or a 2. You can scale here. So like you really have control of like how much scale and where it's going to be going. Okay. Edit prompt. So if you wanted to redo this and add or remove anything from your prompt before you readjust the size of your image, you would just click edit prompt and then, make your adjustments over here as well. And then you can rerun that right there. Okay. I'm not going to do that. I just did enough. Okay, repaint, also referred to as inpainting. This is also in Dolly now. This has been here for a long time. So if you recall, what this does is it provides a lasso tool that you can basically change different parts and the rest of the image maintains its integrity. Okay. So if I were to like use this lasso here, and let's say I wanted to maybe remove these sconces or like, attempt to, um, you can do that lasso, or there's this nice little like linear square or rectangle. Okay. So what you do is you highlight the area that you want to see like redone, and then the rest of the image stays exactly the same. Okay. So now at the bottom, I can say, no sconces. But now that I said no sconces, it's probably gonna be like, yes, sconces, and it's gonna add more. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So that's all I did. Okay. I just made the adjustments. Let's say that you've got a living room and your like ceiling fan comes in wonky. You want to see a beautiful chandelier. That would be the opportunity to highlight that chandelier and then change it out. Let's say you have a kitchen, your faucets came in weird per use, and you need to like go in and adjust those. That's where you would also just highlight the faucet area, and then just honestly, I don't even change anything when I'm redoing faucets, unless if it's a different finish that you want to see. In the prompt, I would just rerun it, and from there, it'll probably fix itself, is what I've noticed. Okay, now the last bottom down here, three things that we have is you can use this image to create new images in a different way. Okay, so I can use image in my prompt. So instead of having in Discord, remember we had to upload the picture, drag the picture to the prompt, write the prompt, and then like hope it didn't cut off in the middle of your prompt, right? So no longer do we have to do that. If we like this image, we can just simply say image and it'll send it to a new prompt. And then we can say, create a kitchen inspired by this design. I'm going to keep it vague. Okay, so now I'm going to send that one. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the style of this image. And I'm going to show you what the difference is. Okay. And then I can reuse the prompt. So just like instead of copying and pasting from here, if I just wanted a one-click reprompt so that I can adjust everything up here, all I have to do is click the prompt button, and then here we go. It's right in there ready for me. Now, the other thing that you can do when you are prompting in here is you can add your images right here. Okay, and it'll start to retain and remember your images. So I have, like AI work that I've put in here, some renderings, some color palettes, some design boards that I did just to kind of see like what happens and to play around with it. So you can upload your own, like I said, just kind of starting right here. If it's an outside image, you don't want to like just use that image to reprompt, you can do that. And then you just got your bank of pictures down here. Okay, so if you ever needed to come back to something, they are already here. So for instance, this one right here is for AI summer camp. Let's just run that one with this other prompt that I had just added from this image. We'll just add that picture and we'll see what happens. Okay. All right, let me get to the questions, and I'm going to show you what happens when I look here. Okay, so looking for pop art with Marilyn Monroe, Freddie Mercury. Cool. Okay. Perky Floor. All right, so Sharon, have you just tried typing that in? Exactly what you told me. And when you did, if you did, what happened? So that we can see how we can adjust. Now, if you do say make it a mural, that might also help. Okay. What happened when I added the FF and E? It was a hot mess. Okay, so yes, Lisa, do that by tonight. Okay, so the FF and E, what I do is I actually take that board, I put it into Dolly, and then I say, describe what you see on this board. Okay, I'll give you images with Marilyn Manson. Okay. Okay. Hold on. So, all right. Now I lost my train of thought because that totally threw me. It did. All right. I'm just going to show you some examples. It'll come back to me. So here's everything that I just reprompt. Hold on one sec. All right. So I'm going to show you like the different variations here. Okay. So, design. Okay. So this one here was the variation. Okay, so this was that variation of the original image. So this was the subtle. That came out kind of cool. Okay, and then this one was the strong variation. So you can see right here, this part is showing me what it was. Okay, like the red tag is showing me like what this prompt was from the original one. So this one is that strong variation right here where it like really took liberties. Okay. All right. And then here is the upscale. So this one is upscaled to what was it? I guess just regular upscale. And then the other one was creative upscale. So this one is a remix right here. So this is a subtle remix. Nope, strong remix is what it looks like. Interesting. Okay. That's really cool though. So this one was upscale creative right here, upscale subtle. And we just get one image for both of those because it's just making it bigger. It's not giving us a new variation. Okay, and then here was the regular remix, and then here was that second remix. Got a marble tub in there. Wow, these are colorful. All right, and then here we have pan. So this one is where we change our aspect ratio to the 2:3 size. So we just made it taller on the top. Okay, and it took some liberties with the lighting. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you zoom out, it gets just odd. So if you can remember, if you need a specific aspect ratio, if you can remember to set it in your settings before you go, you've kind of got a better chance of having to do less edits. Wow, that's a lot of flowers. Okay, so we got pan on that one. This one was the pan, but we went horizontal on this one for that aspect ratio. This one was a zoom, and this one I think we just did like a vertical, like step out type of zoom. This guy here is where we just remixed the same prompt. Okay, so same prompt, totally different variation. Man, there's some like cool stuff that I came out with. This one. There's some weird stuff, but there's some really cool stuff too. Okay, so here's another zoom. Here, right here, we had the vary region. So this is where I had just changed out the sconces, where I said no sconces, and it specifically ignored my request. So sometimes it's better to like just say, I mean, sometimes when you say like don't do something, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do that. So if you can be like, you know, only paint on the walls or something like that, instead of saying don't add sconces and tell it what you want to see there, that's typically better. Okay, this one is where I took the image. So I used the image here at the bottom, and then I redid that as a kitchen that was inspired by the image from that prompt. Oh, these are cool. Okay, so here's, yeah, so here's some kitchens inspired by that bathroom prompt. This one was, let's see. This one was the style prompt. So this one, instead of taking like the image, it took the style of the bathroom to create the kitchen. Okay, this one here is where I was showing you that I had the picture already in my image thing right here. And then I just said design, I used the same prompt as the bathroom, but using that image as the resource, sorry, as the resource image. That came out cool. It like really kept the flowers in here. Okay, I think two potties. I think I know what I was saying when I lost my train of thought there. So what I do with those design boards is I put them into Dolly. I ask Dolly to interpret what it sees and then create a prompt to generate a rendered image of that concept board in Midjourney. And then it'll write me a prompt. And then I actually don't upload well, sometimes I do just to test it. But I typically will not upload the concept board. I'll typically take the prompt that Dolly created after reading my concept board, and I'll use that in here. So there's two different ways to do it, but if you were to just like upload your concept board and be like, turn this into a rendering, it's gonna make it look like those old school 2D concept boards from Photoshop that we used to make, right? Like kind of hodgepodgey. So that's like what it's currently doing right now. Okay. How can I create a wall mural like the floral in the bathroom image, like the style? Okay, so we just probably want to ask it for like artwork in that respect. Let me play around with it. Let's do that. I have a client that sent me inspirational photo of a hall bath. Is there any way to upload this photo and change the color of the vanity? No. That is Stable Diffusion, Heather. So you want to go to Home Visualizer AI and you want to use that program. If you take your image and put it in here, you're going to get an entirely different image. Okay. It only will take its images that it's been using, and then you can inpaint over that, but not not like, yeah, you can't take an original image and upload it and then ask it to like just change one thing. That's for Stable Diffusion programs. Okay, Sharon, let's see what we can do here. So looking for pop art. Okay, so design a mural that includes, well, pretty perky floral. Okay, style is pop art inspired floral and watercolor. We'll say painted. Okay, so that I don't have to type all of this again, I'm going to copy it and we'll see what happens. We'll run that one and we'll see what happens, okay? And then we'll know where we need to potentially make some alterations. What's the website for, okay, it's Home Visualizer AI. I have a podcast on this one if you wanted to learn a little bit more about it. Also, Jenna 15 will get you 15% off any purchases. It's like a credit-based system for your images. But it keeps the Stable Diffusion programs will keep the integrity of the picture, but then you basically tell it different colors, styles, and something like that, and it'll override it. Not perfect by any means, but it's going to save you a lot of time. Okay. All right, so I'm going to run this, but while we're waiting, I'm just going to keep it rolling. Okay, so do you guys have any questions about the prompting and the different types of edits that you can do with your images? Let me know. Also, just play with it a little bit. The more you play, the better, the better it's going to understand you and its capabilities. Okay. And your style, like it's gonna understand, you're gonna start to figure out, like, do you like raw, do you like, different styles that you can add in your settings here. Maybe you've got a weirdness like setting on here that just works for you when you're looking for specific things. Okay. All right, this feature, let's see, it's going to be an archive. So now I'm on the left hand side while I'm processing these pictures here for Sharon. So over here, I just went one below to create, and then we've got archive. So these are all of the pictures that I have ever generated from the time I started using Discord. All of my pictures are in here. So it is interesting to see, because I started using this, boy, how far back does it go? A very long time ago. So it's interesting to like kind of go back and see like how far we've come. So this one's 54 weeks ago. Right here. These are some of the first pictures. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see like how much better the program has gotten. Like all these are crazy. um, these are definitely not the beginning. So it is not pulling my entire thing because I started before this. But anyway, if you've recently started, you can see all the stuff. Now, I love this feature about your archive in the Alpha app, and that is the organizational feature. So, oh, here we go, Sharon. So something like this. I mean, it made Marilyn look much older. I don't know who that lady is, these people. Um, but I would maybe mess around with something like this type of prompt, if that's the thing. Can you go back and use previously used images in Midjourney or Discord? Yes, yes, you can. They'll be in there for sure. Okay, so these are more on track. All right. So here you go. Here's the prompt that I used. I'll just put it in chat. Um, run with that. Run with that and see what you can do. It's never going to come out perfect on the first iteration, but the more you do, the closer it's going to get. And then if there's anything you need to like do yourself, you could throw that in Photoshop, make those edits. Okay, so organize. First of all, there's just a search feature. So if I ever wanted to see all the kitchens that I ever had listed in a prompt, I could just type in kitchen and they're all going to be right here. Okay. The other thing is organize, and these are files that you can create for yourself. So there's different folders. So you can create different folders for yourself for different projects if you wanted to. You could do it for different rooms. You can see mine here. I've started with like flat lays and living rooms and just like my go-tos. So if I create a folder right here, I can say, which one have I not done yet? Outdoor. And then a smart folder, instead of you having to manually go through and tag things later, if you have certain terms in this, then it will just automatically categorize those. So let's say we have outdoor, patio is one that I typically use, pool, exterior. So those would be some search terms that I could potentially add. And then automatically, anytime that I create something that has those in its search terms, it will start to categorize. It just went even back and did it with my old photos right here. Okay, so here's some I was exploring for AI summer camp. And just kind of messing around with some stuff, but here's all the outdoor things that fit that requirement. Here's some powder rooms that fit this style. Let's see, here's some flat lay boards. So anything that has flat lay in the title. Oh, here you go, guys. I think some of these here are what I was using, maybe not that one exactly, but some of these this is what it comes out as sometimes when you use your design boards as the resource image. This one I actually just used colors, and that's what it came out as. So not great, right? It's kind of creating just boards that like we create in Canva, which is interesting. Okay, so I really loved organization, the folder settings, helps us find all of our stuff. You can go even further in your filters to just things that you have liked, things that are not rated at this point, things that are hidden, if you hit anything, grids, upscale images, you can just sort all of those at once, specific image sizes, you can see. So anything in there that you wanted to lay it out by. Layout, full, square, etc. Image size just a little bit further. Okay, so great filter. Can you upload a video to use for a prompt? Oh, I don't think I have ever tried that, and I don't know that it would let you. But if you do have a screenshot, you could use that from the video. Luma AI is the video AI program that I've been dabbling with, one of them. And you get like free images every day. I think that there's like 3 to 5, depending on the surge with paid users. They do prioritize those, but Luma AI is where you can either do generative text to video, and it's a 5-second video, or you can I take my images from here and then I try to animate them in the program. Sometimes insanely weird, but sometimes it's really cool. So that's a fun little feature for you. Luma AI. There you go. It's in chat. Okay. For instance, I have a video. Yeah, you're gonna have to take some screenshots from that of the certain points, but I don't think that you can do video. I don't think it's gonna accept that file type. Let's see. I don't even know if I have a video around here. Yeah, it's not pulling any of my video files. Yeah. Can you follow creators like social platform? That's a great question. So they have recently just started rolling out chat here. So I know on Discord you can, like you can follow people and stuff like that. I don't know in here if they have connected people as much, but if we can and when we can, I will definitely be creating a little group for us so we can follow each other because I think that would be really cool to kind of see what everybody's doing if you wanted to share. So right now the chat features over here are just created by Midjourney for us. So it's not something that I started. Okay, so if you want to start ranking your images, you will go to the tasks on the left-hand side. This is also where they're getting like feedback for the ideas that they have to see what people think about them. So rate ideas is right here. There's surveys you can win like, you can earn fast hours basically so that your prompts go faster. But rate image or rank images right here is where you can browse your images and then it starts to build your personalization. Okay. So if we're going through something like this, you look at the two pictures and it also includes your prompt. And then you just choose the one that you like. So, like, whatever one is more in your style, you just go through and you kind of like, you know, pick them out. Like, which one, like, just real quick, which one do you like better? So sometimes they're like subtle differences. Like this one has a little bit more detail here and in the eye color than this one, which is very just silky smooth. So it is just learning, and I don't know what the algorithm is here for the differences. That one was a PDF, so that was interesting. This one here looks like it's a repeated fabric versus a random billboard. So what I'm doing now is just like going through, being like, this is what I like. And it's learning with every single step. The other thing is if you continue to just sit here and rank images for a long period of time, it will be like, hey, we need to do a bot test just to make sure that you're a human. And it'll like give you a curveball to make sure that you are a person. So you can see like my rate count. You could sit here and do this for hours. And the more you do, the more it's going to learn. All right. So yeah, that's where it's learning. It's learning also from your favorited pictures and stuff like that. All right, guys. I think that that's pretty much all I got for today with the updates. I mean, if you want to see more updates, they're going to be over here on the left-hand side. It's just a lot of it is like very developy, like developer speak. So it's not the best, but it's fun. Oh, they just had this coffee table book come out with like all of the first year images. I thought that was kind of cool. I might need to order one of those. I need to order one with all my first images. That's a booklet. We'll see. But who's got some questions for me? Okay. I'm going to upload this to the portal. So that's where all the other previous ones are as well. And what else? I will email it out hopefully within 24 hours. I actually have to run to an ASID presentation here. They're on the call in San Diego, like right now. So bear with me if I don't get it up immediately. And then I'm going to fly back to the other coast tomorrow. So bear with me. I will get it as fast as I can. Is there a difference between basic, Midjourney, and Discord? Nope. It's you and Rachel. It's going to be the same. So Discord and Midjourney. I mean, this one is just so much more user friendly, and that's why I'm showing you guys. So it's a great way to transition off of Discord, though you still have both of them accessible to you because they are still kind of speaking to each other. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great weekend, and I will see you again in 3 months for an update on this class. Check the events calendar. The date is in there. I'll be sending you reminders as it gets closer. Okay? All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.